Have you ever wondered if your spouse is cheating on you? It's a common thing, and it's not new. It's been around since the beginning of days, unfortunately. So, first, I'm going to go through the 7 signs that he or she is cheating on you, and then stay tuned to the end, and we'll go over my thoughts on the subject, what to do about it. So, the first sign that he or she is cheating on you is if they get aggravated really easily. So, let's say you ask your spouse, hey, can you pick up the kids from school today? And they flip out. Maybe that's not how they would react in the past. Um, if this is kind of a sudden change and they're getting frustrated with you and kind of losing their temper easily, just remain calm. You can talk about it at another time. But that is a sign that they may be cheating on you. The second sign is that maybe they're emotionally distant. Um, so let's say that you told them about your day, that you open up into them in some way. Let's say, like you say, hey, I was passed up for promotion at my job today. My coworker got it, and I just feel really bummed about it. And they're like not non-responsive. They just don't seem to care. Um, and if you try to like pull information from them, they aren't having it. They're like, they've walled you out, that they're being emotionally distant. The third sign that your spouse may be cheating on you is if they're working late often. Um, if they used to come home at a normal hour and now all of a sudden it's a couple of hours later, even an hour or two later, consistently, I mean, if it happens once in a while, I wouldn't say it's a sign, but if it's happening often, even if they have a good excuse for it, let's say, oh, I was promoted and now another duty that I have is like, I don't know, serving on a committee at 6 p.m. or something like that. They'll always have a good excuse, but it could be a sign. Um, and the fourth sign is if they say, I just want space. That can be phrased in different ways, but in general, that is the message. So let's say you want your spouse to come with you to the office party on Friday night, and you tell them about it, assuming that they'll come with you because that's what you've always done in the past. And now, instead of them coming with you like you expected, their response is, no, I kind of want to do my own thing on Friday. Um, or maybe they've been a lot more forward or frank with that sign. Maybe they've actually said, you know what, I just like I'm frustrated with you. I just need some space. Like we need to take a step back or something like that. Definitely could be a sign. The fifth sign that you could be being cheated on is if your spouse has significantly improved their appearance. So maybe they started like shaving their beard really different, or if your spouse is a woman, maybe she now all of a sudden really cares about what she wears to work or out, and they never did that in the past. Um, could be a sign. The sixth sign is if they're, ooh, that's this is six, is if they're going to the gym and they're kind of obsessed with it. Maybe they weren't into fitness before or it's been a while, but if there is like a change with that, um, there could be a sign that could be a sign that you're being cheated on. The seventh sign is if they're a stickler for their own privacy. So if they like are obsessive about their phone, they don't want you to see it, they've turned off the notifications, maybe changed the password, they're probably trying to hide something from you. So I say these 7 signs with like, please take it with a grain of salt because, you know, any of these could be just part of normal life. Like people go through ups and downs. There's different things that go on in life that may cause some of these things. Like for example, they just may actually want to get fit and be healthier or look better. That doesn't need to be a sign or a warning that there's something wrong. It could just be something positive happening in your relationship. But if multiple things that of these signs are happening all at once, definitely open your eyes to the possibility that something may be happening. I think in general, I wouldn't say in general, um, I think we want to think the best. Like, we want to assume that nothing is wrong because that would be a lot of work and it would cause a lot of problems if there was something wrong. So we just want to be like, oh, it's fine. I know that they wouldn't be doing that. Um, that's not the right answer either. Like, I'm not promoting like breaking up because of being cheated on, but I do think that it should be out in the open. Like, the person who's cheating on you, it does not is not happy leading a double life. Like, it's a lot of work emotionally, um, mentally, to be living these two different lives and keeping something secret from you, and that's not healthy. So it's going to be in both of your best interests to get this on the table, and then it will be up to you whether you work it out or not. But I definitely think it's better to just come out in the open. So I actually was I have a friend whose husband meets like all of these 7 signs. When I was telling her about this, her eyes kind of popped, um, because I was gonna do this for my YouTube channel, and in her case, they have, so the first sign is he gets aggravated easily. So they have a son who has ADHD, and if you've ever known a kid with that, like, you could probably get upset easily or frequently because of that. And it's just much worse in the last year than it has been in the past. And that's not a change in the kid; it's a change in her husband. Um, and the second, emotionally distant. So he just doesn't seem interested in communicating with my friend. He just sort of like comes home at night, hangs up his keys, and like lives his separate life. And when she tries to like bring him in and connect with him, it's that wall. There is no reciprocal like investment into the relationship. The third sign is working late, and this really hit home because her husband actually took a job in a neighboring city, which is far enough away that he doesn't come home during the weekdays. Like, he spends the weekdays there and comes home on the weekend. So, hello, red flag. Not always, of course, but he's meeting all of these signs. Um, and the fourth one is I want space. So he didn't actually come out and say that to her, but all of his actions are speaking that. Like, his behavior is saying that. Like, she didn't want him to take that job in the bigger city, and he did it. And she's tried to talk to him about that. And his response is, this is what we need to do for our family and for my career. And there's really no discussion on that. He doesn't say I want space, but that's what the behavior is saying. Um, and 5, improved appearance. So he went from like not caring about what he wore, I think she actually did the shopping for him, to now all of a sudden he's really taken an interest in it. He goes shopping, he like is going for a look, and it looks good on him, but it's a sign. And the sixth one is going to the gym. So again, in and of itself, it's really a great thing. I love people who, take the gym seriously. But for him, he's gone all week, and then when he comes home, he still goes to the gym. So you'd think that he would, make an effort to spend time with the family, where he still is spending quite a bit of time out of the home, even during the little time that he is actually in the home. And the seventh one is privacy. So, for him, he's just a little obsessed where his phone is and has his notifications turned off. So, how do I feel about it? I just think it's a case by case question. If the spouse is not interested in making, once this comes out in the open that yes, there is cheating going on, and you start talking about it, like, is this worth fixing? Do we want to make it work? Um, I guess I wouldn't be opposed to making it work if they really wanted that, especially if there are kids involved. But where I don't think it's worth it is when the the other spouse who is cheating is just like checked out, like they have no interest, and so it's the one spouse who was cheated on who's doing all the legwork to save the marriage and make it work. I just think that that's a losing battle. Like that person, that she or he will drain out and hit a breaking point sooner or later. So it's better just to like deal with the problem and be realistic about the future of the relationship. So it's a really tough issue. I, I'm so sorry if you're going through it, but I just want you to keep your chin up, carry a big stick, if that's the case, and better days ahead. Keep your chin up because you are an overcomer.